Just before that, I want to play out for our viewers what the Telangana Chief Minister said yesterday. He was there, he visited this particular site where the blast had happened. He also pulled up Sigachi Industries over their response to the blast. Listen in to their exchange.
Are you competent authority to sign? That is what tomorrow you will say that I am not authorized person, sir. Just time being I have signed, or otherwise just time being I was addressing issues. If that is the case, someone has to take responsibility, no? That authorized letter is there. Dan Kishore, have you checked his authorization? Executive Vice Chairman was deciding. Kishore, this is your responsibility to see that he is authorized person or not. If he is not authorized person, if he is signing also, it is not going to serve any purpose. It is not valid also. You have to decide how much you are going to pay. Any insurance is there? So this is the time to act with humanity. So this is not, you cannot see as an accident. No, company has to think in a way. More than 24 hours over, no? Where is your management, MD, who is the right person? He has to come, no? The major accident taken place in your premises, he has to come, he has to see, he has to visit deceased persons or who is alive. So he cannot avoid the situation, no? He has to come. Ask him to come and meet our district minister and labor and employment minister.
So, Navika, we've played out what the Chief Minister said yesterday. And yes, you're right in pointing out that he's pulled up the management. He said that they have to act in a humane manner in this kind of a tragedy, questioned where they are. But then you hear what the fire DG says. It almost sounds like, there's an attempt to give them a clean chit, saying, look, this building was exempt from getting an NOC. There was no need for them to have necessary permits. The question then will come up. What about regular audits, particularly in an area like this, which is an industrial area, which has so many of these factories, obviously very fire prone? Why was none of that done? Is the administration being pulled up for that?
So I'd like to quickly, I think the Chief Minister put out the points very well. I think he very beautifully said, that it is it's a human crisis of, we require a humane approach to this crisis. And the way he pulled up the person and he said, are you even authorized? And if you look, there are very many senior ministers who are with the Chief Minister. So this shows that we are very concerned about this. And we are very concerned because people from other states are also working here. And this is a very serious issue for us, and we're dealing with it very seriously. Now, what the DG said, I think the Chief Minister trumps the DG at this point because the Chief Minister has very clearly laid out what our priorities are. And we have very
priorities, yes, but the fact is that, Navika, and we've played out for our viewers what the Chief Minister said. He hasn't spoken about the kind of permits there, safety norms, none of that. That's not something the Chief Minister has spoken on. Yeah.
Yes, but I also find it interesting that my colleague also only mentioned permits and audits for 1.5 years. I mean, the fact that it's a 35-year-old factory and my colleague was in power for the last 10 years and Sangareddy and Hyderabad have grown exponentially in these 10 years. So what was in place then? We are coming into this government and now we are showing our seriousness and we are saying that this is not how it happens. And whoever doesn't follow the rules will be pulled up and will be put to task. And I think that comes out very clearly in what we are saying and what we're doing, including the sort of efforts we are doing for rescue, the efforts we have immediately sort of sanctioned, the fact that there's an FIR out there and we have announced compensation, we have announced medical compensation. I think our seriousness and the seriousness of the government, Congress government, is very clear in this.
I don't want to resort to any political back and forth because I think we're beyond that right now, especially when we're talking about a tragedy of this magnitude where we've lost 40 lives. But Krishank, on the point of what's really happened here, the Congress is saying that our response has not been found wanting in any way. We've ensured adequate response. We've immediately ensured necessary action has been taken.
Well, if you're questioning that where is the management after 26 hours, let me tell you that the Chief Minister also went there after 26 hours. That's the fact. We do not want to politicize this issue, but Honorable Chief Minister Revanth Reddy Garu felt it more as a priority to attend a graduation party of their MLA's daughter than attending immediately to this serious concern where so many lives have gone. Because, see, we do not want this kind of incident should be as an example of one more Union Carbide where the accused actually got a chance to run away. Here, after 26 hours, the chief minister goes and asks, where is the management? And in fact, yesterday it was the minister. I am saying this because as an opposition party, our local leaders, our former minister Harish Rao Garu was the first person to actually visit there, to be there on the ground.
No, but Navika did
the
mention,
point is,
Krishank, that a
you
minister was
should,
immediately sent to the site.
And then the health minister was there immediately. Damodar Raj Narasimha Garu was there.
The
He'd gone there on time.
magnitude here is larger. So many
He
lives
went
have
there.
lost.
He instantly ran there. He went there. We were followed by a minister, and then the chief minister himself went.
Okay, let Krishank finish his point, Navika.
Pull up your authorities. You should actually pull up your authorities, be stern, ensure that the top of the management should actually be there present. That was supposed to be there mandatory. You, as a chief minister, you cannot go sit there and actually wait for who is the top, who is the authority, put a bureaucrat responsible for that. No. We still do not know the numbers, the actual numbers. The numbers have been stopped from being released. Since yesterday, after the 40 deaths, if you see Akshitaji, the numbers are not being mentioned, the numbers are not being released. There are family members who are still waiting, requesting, begging, because their
No,
family
are you
members
saying
are
there's been a
missing
lack
there,
of communication,
and they want to know.
Krishank? Has there been a lack of communication from the government? Because, you know that 40 deaths have been reported. That's been confirmed by the government now.
Exactly. Now see, if the chief minister and his entire cabinet reacts after 24 hours, within 24 hours, if you would have taken this seriously, you could have used the services, different services of different platforms of disaster response forces, teams from the central. Because this is not the first time. In Khammam floods also, let me tell you that for 26 hours, we could not provide a helicopter. Akshita ji, you have reported this. A guy, Subhan, with a JCB had to go and save 10 people in the midnight because the government could not utilize helicopters. So this cannot happen. Same with the SLBC tunnel also. And here again, you cannot react after 26 hours when it is just 20, 30, 40 kilometers away from you.
Navika,
We
quick
reacted
response.
much earlier. We reacted much earlier. That's how Hydra is there. All the authorities are there. And Hydra even went into it, and we are getting statements about what could be the possible causes. We have been there right from the beginning. Even our senior leaders, senior leadership from AIC, including Rahul Gandhi, have responded. So the fact that we haven't responded is not an allegation, I think, is accurate at all. The discussions can be on other things, but I think we have responded. We have done what it requires and what it takes.